Hey.
Hi, Amanda. How you doing?
Amanda, I'm Creed. Nice to meet you. Creed Bolin.
And I'm Brett Goebel.
Brett Goebel.
And we are engaged.
Yeah. To be married.
To be married.
Engaged. To be married.
We're excited.
That's crazy, right? Yeah.
We have questions to answer.
Yes, we have questions to answer. We are excited about your documentary and think that we would be great candidates.
Absolutely.
He's gay, and he's going to be 40 very soon.
Yes.
And I just so happen to be gay and almost 40 soon, too. So.
Yeah. So we're in the same boat.
And we're getting married.
So, together.
Together.
To each
God.
other.
That's right.
Oh, goodness.
So you want to read the questions?
Yeah, I'll read the questions. Okay.
Awesome.
So, what are your names and what city do you live in? Okay, we just answered that. I'm Brett Goebel.
I'm Creed Bolin.
And we live in Jacksonville, Florida. Okay.
We love the beach. We go all the time.
When are you getting married? We are planning a September wedding.
September. At the beach. So it's like really, really gorgeous in Panama City Beach at that time.
It's up in the Gulf Coast where his family lives, and we love it there. So
in the sunset.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's really pretty. Great
really,
beaches.
really
Great
gorgeous.
water.
Yeah. And you can still swim and it's still warm.
So, okay. And then how did you two meet? You want to field that?
How do we met on a dating app, and it wasn't the sketchiest dating app that you're probably thinking of for gay dudes.
It's not that one.
No.
But
it's a not so sketchy one. It's not as bad.
It doesn't matter either way. We
can tell
what we were looking for. Yeah, it was on Scruff.
We met on Scruff.
It was Scruff, which is a gay...
Which is the clean grinder. I shouldn't even say grinder at all in a wedding video or engaged proposal video.
But either way, it worked for us. We found what we were looking for.
It worked for him, and I'm still
well, it worked out for
dealing
you too.
with it.
It definitely worked out for you.
No, I'm going to say, I talked to a ton of guys. I said, if God gave us the capability of, I don't mean it like that. I was like, if God gave us the ability to meet anybody anywhere, why not I open myself up to the world as opposed to this little tiny city, Jacksonville, that I was living in. He was living in Omaha, Nebraska.
It was. And,
yeah.
And on Scruff, you're able to connect with guys all over the world. That's the cool part about that. So, and then I never fathomed that it would lead to this, or that would actually leave Omaha and then, fall for someone, and it just happened, and here I am.
Okay, I saw him, I saw his picture, and no doubt said, that is the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life. And then came talking, and then came getting to know, and he's so much more beautiful on the inside than the outside.
It was a process. Like, we didn't rush it. We started...
I'm
sorry. But yeah, we started talking, like, it was, and then almost not even quite a year before we met, I think officially, in person. So
yeah.
It wasn't just a wham bam quick thing.
It was 2014 too.
It was
a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, so when did you know you were the love of each other's lives? Well, I definitely had the spark. It was there, and I think even with our first time we met, that was, and then after a few times of hanging out together and spending time together, I definitely was developing some pretty hardcore feelings.
Yeah, but when did you know? Like you knew that this is it.
I would say with those first few months, maybe, but no. Within 6 months, you think?
I don't know. This is you. I ask you when you knew. I think I would say I knew when he met my son. When he met my son, who at the time was 18, and then when he met my family, which is a lot more important to me. And I value family so much more than I think I ever realized. Of course, my son,
Well, I think it was about the same. That's what I was saying. Like that third meeting is what I was kind of thinking in my head, because that was that third time we were together physically, or spending time together. It was because we'd been talking for a year at that time.
Facing the camera.
Yeah. Because I was at that time in your.
We were metaphysically together, and then about the third time that we were physically together, it sounds really bad.
But just spending time together, and
he won my family over, and then when he did that, I was like, if he can put up with my family,
they're great people.
Then we're good.
I love his family.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that was about that time.
He's got 2 kids.
I do. I have 2 children, and you have
I met
Zach.
his kids, like first time I went up there to Omaha.
Yep.
And fell crazy for him. They're adorable. I love kids.
Except for he doesn't like my kids.
Between us, we have 3 kids. I have a son, Zach, 20, and he's got 2 kids.
I have Caitlin, who's 9, and then we have Rafe, who is 6. He just turned 6.
So cute. So excited.
Little ginger babies, except for Zach. He's not right. All right. So when did you know? When did you know you wanted to be married? When did you know you wanted to be married? So I
Is
think
that the same thing we just
no,
said?
no, that was when you knew you loved each other's
Oh,
lives.
we wanted to be married. Okay, that's different.
We
yeah.
we talked. We kind of knew that we eventually wanted to be. I think as individuals, I wanted to be married again because I was married before to my ex-wife, and you wanted that was a goal for you. You wanted to be married.
Yeah.
So-
but when did you know?
When I knew one, I'd say within those first few months, and then we didn't. And then the next question was, how did you propose? So that was what I was going to get
No,
into.
when did I know that I wanted to be married to this guy? I think I had to know that the feelings were, it was more than just a feeling thing with me. I had to know that it was more than infatuation. I had to know that I was more than just crazy about him. And I think through the process of my son asking about him, and my son actually came to me and he said, Dad, don't let go with this one. And so I think,
So sweet.
yeah, that was a big,
Make sure the feelings were genuine.
yeah, it was like reiterating, it was co-signing, this is good, this guy is the one, you know. And then my family just loves him.
My kids, and that's I think a
My
good.
family's really southern
They're
from
good
Alabama.
judges. Kids are good judges of character, I suppose. And my kids
Yeah.
haven't liked everybody that I've dated in the past, and they love this man more than they like him more than they like me.
That's not true.
It's pretty darn close. They
I love them.
adore
They're so
them.
sweet.
So
Yeah.
so and if they get that sense of what a great man he is, obviously, I mean, I can't let him go. Didn't want to anyway.
That's really sweet.
Okay,
You're sweaty.
because I just got into the gym.
Um,
When did you know you want? Can we do that? How did you propose? Okay.
you can answer that one?
So I actually proposed
Yes,
on
you
his
did.
mama's porch.
Don't say it like that. You make it sound so
I
stupid.
don't think it sounds stupid.
I'm from Alabama. He just tried to quote Forrest Gump. We're flight attendants. We just started this job together, although he works for an opposing airline. Opposing. He could have proposed anywhere in the world, and where does he propose? My mama's
mother's
porch. My mom's porch. So romantic. So, my mom's porch. I will never get over that. You know this.
Well-
You could have proposed like Rome or like Iceland or.
Yeah, but your mom's house, we had so many good memories there. We had some quality times, and it was.
I never ever in my whole life would have thought that I would get proposed to.
We're still gonna have romantic
on that
getaways to those
porch.
places, but-
That's funny. It's so country. God, I'm trying to be worldly with this job.
I think it was sweet.
Okay.
What the passage of the marriage equality law mean to you? That was huge, and that really affected you, I think, too. You know,
Yeah.
because you've been out a lot longer.
Quit
than
throwing
I
it on me. You
Well,
answer
only
the question.
because this. I remember you talking about this stuff. Like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was huge, of course, because I didn't think I'd ever get married again. Because when I came out, you know, a few years back, but I haven't been out nearly as long as Creed has been. And well, you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. That's fair.
So I guess it. What was it? Oh yeah, I lost my train of thought now.
It was very important to me. I grew up in a little tiny town in Alabama, Enterprise, Alabama, and my family was full of preachers and very strict religious Southern Baptist to the core. My grandfather would quote scripture. I also, on the other side of that, I love my family and man, they come a long way. But truth be told, I grew up with the word fag in the household, hearing that from the get-go when I was a little kid. And then I went to high school and was called a fag all through school. And
I heard the Snickers behind my back in the same words, you know, and not necessarily in the
your
house,
face in the camera.
maybe not necessarily in the house, but you know, but it was definitely used around me. Lots of my family members, you know, and extended family used the word fag and homo and all those things and queer, you know, and those words definitely affect you. I mean, especially when you know that you're different inside, you know. So growing up, I didn't think that would ever be accepted in our culture at all either, you know, and I just was resigned to the fact that at least
Before you even realized that you were different, you'd hear those words like that, and they would surge through to you before you even knew what you really were. But you knew that that was you that they were talking about, and you try so hard not to be that,
But
and
you
not
knew
to
it was
appear
bad.
that way,
Yeah.
not to look that way, not to act that way, not to hang out with those certain people. I was made fun of so bad in high school that I for a minute thought about getting out, and the only way that could get out was to give my life. I haven't told many people that.
Yeah. And I think we've all kind of, not all, but a lot of
That's 20 years ago.
homosexual people in general have a lot of suicidal thoughts. I think, at some point in the course of their life, they've probably had
Never in my life, ever growing up would I've ever imagined that I'd be sitting here with you, that I would find someone like this, and as a little kid, God knows, ever, never. And then the fact that we would be talking about gay marriage and marriage equality on here still blows my mind. Still blows my mind.
Who would have thunk that we can get married? We can do this. We're
I
just
still
as
can't
important.
believe it. Like, I still can't believe it to the point of just going, holy shit, I can get married. Like, I can marry
Our
who I
quality of life
love.
could be the same as anybody else.
And a big part of that is, okay, of course, fulfilling my dream, but it also is putting the initiative out there to show people that we are just like anybody else, and that we love each other, and we love each other like any two people do. To be generic, love is love. We have a family. We don't fit any kind of particular lifestyle that you would want to poke and make fun of. My greatest desire with this would be to show how normal we are and how normal this is.
I think looking back at the biggest marriage in my life was my parents' marriage, and then in my previous marriage, the ups and downs and the daily the trials you go through daily as a couple. We go through those same struggles that I saw my parents going through. Just as far as just things, as far as paying bills or deciding where you're going to go, or we're just a normal couple. It's a normal life. We go through the same thing every other couple goes through.
Yeah, and we need representation. We're gay, yeah, but we're also pretty freaking normal. We're not boring, but we're normal. We're normal, yeah.
So, the next question, after our tangent,
Yeah, we are.
are there any songs that are special to your relationship?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Well, and you love this song. I think before, and you kind of always had that idea, and I love this song. Sam Smith, Latch, the acoustic version specifically, it is the words emote so much. It brings about a feeling between us.
I discovered Disclosure and the song Latch and the fast, you left my heart alone, when the words let me just down. Oh, I know the words, believe me. But it was a fast version, and I thought, oh, wow, listen to what that's saying. And then I also thought, who is that singing this? And this is before Sam Smith was known to the world.
Yep.
This was his first. I got chills talking about this. Look at that.
Yep.
And then I said, I'm gonna figure out who this is. Figured out it was Disclosure. Figured it was featuring Sam Smith. And then I so happened to YouTube his acoustic version, and I had never ever been so touched by a song and lyric in my whole life, because it just totally resembled what I was living. Is I really wanted this love, this kind of love to happen. And although I tried to make that love happen with a couple of people, it wasn't fit to the lyric as it was, and the voice as it was with When I Found You. And the acoustic version could bring tears to my eyes, but he just so happened to be falling in love with Sam Smith in a whole different time before we even met as well.
Before I met Creed, I just really connected to that album, that his music, and it was just a time in my life where it was just amazing. And then to have that same connection with that same song, and it just fits.
First time we got together, he spent some time with me, and we were together for a few days. And I always like to tell people, I'm like, there's a radio station in my head, and if it comes to me, I'll go look it up, and I'll usually will purchase it. And as I was laying with him, I never felt so safe before as I have with you holding me. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Like it's this
That's so sweet.
surreal safeness that you get with the one, I think.
And then, so the other song.
The
too.
song that came to my head, for some reason, was Cowboy Take Me Away, which sounds super freaking gay, because I'm like, Cowboy, let me be submissive and take me away.
It's a beautiful song.
Which is
Dixie
usually
Chicks are beautiful artists.
Dixie Chicks. So I looked it up, I played it, and so that like really cemented how I felt in that moment
And you
laying
played
there
that,
with him. And I was so sad I didn't want him to leave and go back to Omaha, you know, the first time he spent a few days with me.
And we were just weeping, and
Yeah, I was crying.
I was weeping.
I usually don't ever cry.
And it was just, it was really, really a moment.
And then your song, you like...
Which one? I like.
Huh?
Well, I mean, of course, was it Ellie Goulding? You mean Love Me Like You Do? Yeah, I love that song because when we were really first getting to know, not first getting, we were really, we were talking quite a bit, and we were video chatting all the time, Skyping and stuff, and
Skype like every day.
And it was
for hours.
And it was kind of that song was really prevalent at that time, and we loved it. I thought it was really sweet and romantic and fun, and it just
Ellie Goulding.
Yeah. Love Me Like You Do. I thought.
Why'd you like it though?
Because of just the way that it sounded in the words. It was just nothing but pure love, and it's just like it's just a sweet song. It was just, and that's what in that time frame. That's how it was just falling in love with you.
Yeah,
I was falling in love with you, and that song just kind of represented that to me, I guess, a little bit. It's very pop, and then that's okay. It was a great song.
So why is music important to you and why is it important to me? The interesting thing is, although we are the same age, he was raised in Iowa, I was raised in Alabama, we like different genres of music. You grew up listening to
alternative and hard rock and heavy metal and you know, in the 80s and 90s specifically.
And what I connected with was R&B and hip hop and soul, like R&B and soul music. So I know all these R&B and soul songs, and he knows all this alternative music.
Well, and to be fair, you know a lot of the alternative music.
I do.
It was the 90s were our time.
All my white boyfriends and girlfriends were listening to that stuff.
And I knew all the
I love it
the
too.
popular R&B and the hip hop songs, you know, that everybody listened to, you know.
Yeah.
But
so something that we do is we play video games, and then we'll sit there, and if a song comes to our head, we'll either play YouTube, and it will go on like a shuffle scroll kind of thing.
We'll play for hours.
And we'll play it like 90s music and just feel reconnected, and it will take us to where we were in that time of our lives.
And then we
we'll
talk
go off on
about
a story.
Yeah.
And then music is the biggest thing, I think, to make sense of your whole life as far as the chapters. And the music is the one thing that if you hear that certain song, that brings you right back to that time and what I was living and what I was wearing and what my relationships were with certain people. And music is a great catalyst for us to share information about each other, about each other's lives, to get to know each other better.
And it's just fun to reminisce, you know.
Yeah.
We are the same age, so we do know so much of the same music.
And it makes you feel connected.
Yeah,
you know.
sure. Yeah.
When you listen, when you know the same songs, the same generation with somebody that's the same age, it makes you feel a deeper connection. But I've got about 6,000 songs on my iTunes, and I'm buying music all the time. And my goal is to have list. I just said this like 2 weeks ago. I want a record player with albums that have shaped my life, framed on the walls, and his too.
Awesome.
Anyways, this is our video. I have a son who's 20 and he's about to get married too. He just proposed to his girlfriend 2 days ago. So we got to get married before he does. I'm like, I'm 40, he's 20.
And
and his girlfriend's pregnant. Yeah.
She is.
We're going to have a grandson.
Yeah, we're not 40 yet.
Yeah. So I have a 20-year-old, he's got a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, and we'll have a grandchild on the way.
Caitlin will be 10 here in September, and my son just turned 6. Rafe is 6. So yeah.
Yep.
So
and then
we got 3
Braxton
kids
will
together.
be the grandchild.
And Braxton.
Yeah. So anyways, he loves me, and he wants to marry me.
I'm definitely marrying you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Gay kisses. Look forward to meeting you and talking to you, Amanda. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Awesome.